Theresa May has three faces that she shows to the world: the Brexit Boudicca, the technocrat and the globalist. The final one is an open-hearted, funny and even inspiring Prime Minister that we saw today of the best, perhaps the best, speech she has given. Politics isn't about governing. It's about making and winning arguments, telling stories, winning people over. And this afternoon, she told stories of penniless migrants from the Punjab whose son went on to become her Home Secretary, of a mother-to-be, soon to marry her girlfriend and still leader of her party in Scotland, and about a party that cares for the NHS not because of the size of the cheque, although that did get a mention, but because they use it. It helped her housing secretary recover from cancer, helps her regularly do her job as a type 1 diabetic. All of these stories were powerful because they were true. And they were all the more effective because the speech was peppered with flashes of the self-deprecating humor that she displays every 3 months or so, usually, to pretty devastating effect. She spoke about a Britain keen to engage in the world, a Britain whose geography makes it the perfect bridge between East and West, able to speak to Shanghai over morning coffee and San Francisco at night. The country that welcomes immigrants, and whose governing party despises racism, and salutes, twice in one conference, Diane Abbott. This last gambit is also important, because it's about a style of argument. The left look for traitors, the right looks for converts. This means civil disagreement, and not questioning the motives or honor of your opponent, of recognizing and paying tribute to the qualities of your enemies. This was the Theresa May of the Lancaster House speech, the Davos speech, the Burning Injustices speech, and Florence speech. It was almost hard to believe that this was the same Theresa May who, 2 years ago, was snarling about the citizens of the world being citizens of nowhere when she was doing her Brexit Boudicca act. The same one used when she called the general election asking for a mandate to go and biff Johnny Foreigner and crush those saboteurs. Or the same Prime Minister who did so many interviews of mind-numbing technocratic boredom, the most recent of which was on the Today program yesterday and, before that, on the Mar sofa, failing to make a proper apology for the Windrush debacle. So yes, this was a very well-written speech, delivered well. But is it her? Her supporters will see the strong, compassionate Theresa they always believe in. Her detractors will see a Maybot programmed by someone decent for a change, but still just reading a speech with someone else's thoughts, ideas and emotions. Leave her in an interview to rely on her instincts, and could she repeat or elaborate on points we heard her make today? The political market reacts quickly, and her stock will, deservedly, rise today. But in government, politicians are defined by what they do rather than what they say, which limits the power of a good speech to nudge the dial. At the end of Forster's A Room with a View, Rev BB hears Lucy playing the piano with a gusto and passion at odds with her mousy persona. He takes this as a hint of something different, and great, inside her. If Miss Honeychurch ever takes to live as she plays, he says, it will be very exciting both for us and for her. If Mrs. May were to govern as she spoke today, then it would be exciting, for us and for her. But at this stage late in her premiership, we ought not to expect too much of a change.